So how to play around, or one way to play around with making different voxel shapes. So I've just copied a slice from a pillar. It doesn't matter what really, any curved shape will work. I've got a nice grid, one by one, laid out on the floor. I'm going to paste, and instead of pasting it directly like that, hitting undo here, I'm going to hold down the F key, which is the same as selecting remove voxels in tweak mode. And I'm actually deleting the air above, which causes the air voxels to go into the shape that I'm pasting, just not visible. So I can see underneath what's happened when I pasted that down. And I can start pasting a bunch of them around just to find some interesting shapes. You never know what you're going to get. And then I can also copy these out and do the same thing with them. But you'll notice when I copy these out and paste them in the air, they're not the same shape in the top and the bottom, and that's because I was only affecting the air above, so the underneath side of the voxels was not touched. Just get this out of the way from an old tutorial. Delete. All right, so let's say I really liked this top shape for some reason, but the bottom shape is all screwed up. Well, the easy way to do that is to select the whole thing, copy it, and just paste it underneath. I can either paste it as is, or I can hold down the F key and paste the exact same shape as the air. What that's going to do is take the top surface, which is the shape I want, and it's going to force the bottom surface, which shares a side with all those top voxels, it's going to force it to align with that shape. And see what happened when I did that? Immediately all of the voxels were realigned so that the top shape is exactly the same as the bottom shape. And this works with pretty much anything. Like if you take a slice out of a curved shape, you may notice sometimes that one side is flat and the other isn't. In this case, neither of them are perfectly flat, but say I wanted it to be the same as the left side, I can just paste, copy this, shift it one over, and paste it, and now, while still crooked, both sides are exactly the same. Other ways to fix up shapes, of course, remember our line tool tricks from the previous tutorial. Using the line tool, just using it on the same plane will force that flat. So now you can see one side is all bumpy, the other is flat. I can, of course, recopy this, repaste it over here, holding down F to remove voxels in that shape, and you see how clean that gets. It's not a perfect curve out of the circle because of the way I copied it, but it's now flat on both sides. And I can now use this shape, or even a part of this shape, maybe just one line of this shape, to play around more, make different shapes here. And anytime I get a shape up top here that I like the look of, this one voxel, for example, maybe I love the shape of this one voxel, and you can see, in fact, I'll paint it so you can see exactly which one I'm looking at. Let's say I really want this shape of voxel. Now I can copy that out. If I paste it down, I'm going to see, while the top is that shape, the bottom is not. So again, underneath, delete mode, and now it is perfectly symmetrical. And now I can copy this and use it for whatever nefarious purposes I might want, such as perhaps making a shape like that, which I could fill in using my fill tool, or whatever I want it to do. But that's a quick way to tidy up any shape you have where one side of it is as you want it, but the other side is screwed up.